Peter, what is the biggest number you know?
8.
8? Now can you say 59 million kids?
No.
59 million kids, that's how many are eligible for this year's expanded child tax credit. For the final 6 months of 2021, young kids like you, Peter, get $300 a month. Kids aged 6 through 17 get $250 a month. As you'd imagine, parents generally love this policy.
Child tax credit going viral on TikTok.
Though some are upset that, gasp, poor people with kids might get some of it.
It's going to a lot of people who don't pay any taxes, and I understand, that's the poorest of our society, but...
So let's talk about how this tax credit works, where it came from, and who wants to make it permanent. Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Great.
Boom, boom.
The child tax credit has been in place since tax year 1998, when it was $400 once a year per qualifying child. On our last tax returns, it was $2,000 per kid. But the American Rescue Plan signed by President Biden in March raised the credit temporarily to $3,000 per qualifying child, or $3,600 for kids under 6 years old, with half of it to be paid out before tax time in 6 monthly payments. So us, for example, we received a $2,000 child tax credit last year. This year, we get 6 monthly payments, totaling $1,800, then take the final $1,800 as a credit when we file our 2021 taxes. If any parents would rather not get these payments, if they worry this could mess up their tax return next year, you could still opt out of the remaining payments at irs.gov. 88% of children in the US qualify for this tax credit. That is 39 million households, receiving an average $423 per month.
This is a big effing deal.
No Republican in Congress voted for the American Rescue Plan. Senator Marco Rubio called these payments anti-family, an anti-work welfare check, because any household below the income limit can receive the full payment. There's no work requirement or incentive for marriage. These arguments are similar to those that inspired the child tax credit in the first place. In 1997, President Bill Clinton enacted the child tax credit when he signed the popular bipartisan Taxpayer Relief Act.
My plan gives families a $500 tax credit for every child under 17.
But this came just a year after Clinton followed through on his campaign pledge to
end welfare as we know it.
The Democratic president had worked alongside Republican Newt Gingrich,
the first Republican in 40 years to be sworn in as Speaker of the House,
to eliminate a program called Aid to Families with Dependent Children, which was criticized as anti-work and anti-family. In essence, they killed a program that largely benefited low-income families and replaced it with a smaller tax credit targeting more middle and upper-middle-class families. Because it was originally a non-refundable credit, if your tax liability was already zero, then you wouldn't actually get the credit. The child tax credit has since become partially refundable, and for this year only, fully refundable, meaning more low-income families benefit. After tax year 2021, the child tax credit is scheduled to revert to $2,000, only partially refundable, and no more advanced payments. But many Democrats, including Senator Cory Booker, want to make this current version permanent.
Why do you think they need to be permanent?
So of all the things you can invest in our country right now, the best thing to invest is in children.
And perhaps after families become accustomed to these payments for 6 straight months, it could put significant pressure on Congress to keep the program going. I mean, does tax policy ever go so viral that even a 2-year-old is talking about it?
Child tax credit.
That's right, the child tax credit.
And
Can you say, watch the recount?
what do we come to that work videos?
Watch the recount because of Dad's work videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're pretty funny.